2022, the City of Chelsea commissioned a number of artists to make murals throughout the city, and one of those murals is by the Sirxns Crew that is on the side of Market del Sol over on Addison Street. And so we are going to meet the Sirxns now. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
The Sirxns Crew is, we're a collective of artists, female and queer identified artists. And many of us have a background in art therapy, not all of us, but many of us. And we have kind of a shared vision of doing public art that respects and takes real importance on the community aspect of the art that we're making. So often public art is just kind of like put up and there's no conversation with the people that it directly touches and impacts. And so that's something that we are really driven to kind of like counteracting in the art that we bring into communities and taking like a really kind of personal take on community-based art and public art.
Jenna really, I would say, took this design head on, but shared it with us along the process and around this idea of like nurturing the community, like nurturing our souls. And how does fruit represent that? And the conversation would be tied to the community in the active process. So I know personally, I had a lot of conversations in Spanish around fruits and what does that mean? This was a labor of love from our dear friend.
The central image of the mural is a tree. And I think for me, that tree really symbolizes a lot about kind of growth and transformation and the growth and transformation that we go through as individuals and as communities. On the one side, it says nurture yourself. And on the other side, it says nurture your community. And kind of thinking about how intertwined those are, that it's not all one or all the other, but that we need to, make space for both ourselves and for our communities.
When we come together, we try to, like in that name of nourishment, we come together and nourish ourselves. And when you were talking about the process, for me, a big part of the process is like this encouragement of each other. Because painting a mural, I have to say, is scary. Like having a blank wall and marking it feels overwhelming for me, I would say, in the group. And every time I go, I leave with this sense of like empowerment that I can paint big and climb ladders and I don't know, have spray paint cans. So part of it is just this empowerment of us as women.
Like as a woman, I can say that when I'm painting on the street, like, you're going to get a lot of attention and it's not always great attention. And that has at times like made people, or at least made myself, feel like unsafe or uncomfortable painting. And being part of the Sirxns Crew has given me a format to be able to say like, no, like we are going to take up space. We are going to be here. And because I am going to get to know everyone on this street, I am going to feel safe and empowered in making this art because they're going to say, oh, that's Jenna. She's part of the Sirxns Crew. That's Laura. That's Melly. That's Ruth. And kind of like creating safety and creating like normalcy around women being strong, carrying big things, being on ladders, and not feeling afraid to do so.
To paint a mural is to paint the world we want to live in, and every time we have that opportunity to do that in Chelsea, it's such a privilege to do so. So just a big thank you to the people of Chelsea and the community that embraced us while we had the privilege of touching those walls with color and stories and interactions. They are carried with us and they form how we move forward as a collective as well.
Offer that question to folks to think about what nourishes you yourself. And in what ways can you help to continue to nourish your community? And I guess for us, art is one of those ways that we've been able to do both of those things. But I think each human has their own way that they can nourish themselves and their community. So just encouraging everybody to think a little bit about what that might be for you.